the song Jail, he didn't rap at all, and the song is amazing.
Yeah, y'all tweet it. Them songs is not amazing. Them songs is basic. Let's get into it. Yeah, that's. I feel like it's better. Niggas ain't got
What's going on, families? Let's talk about the Kanye West Donda album today. First off, I'm here with my man's V.
What's going on?
My man M3, and I'm of course Seez Monroe. So I wanted to go ahead and start this off by saying, welcome. This is something new that we're doing here, and we appreciate you guys for tuning in. So yeah, Kanye West Donda just released this past Sunday. V, how you feel about it?
I mean, I've been saying, I feel like it was mid. Like, I feel like it's the same thing that I felt like the last album with Ye. I just don't feel like he really putting his heart into the music. I don't feel like he really putting his heart into the songs. I feel like he's just making any old thing. Most of it, I feel like it's publicity driven. Which again, I mean, it's Ye. Like at this point, he's an icon. He can do whatever he wants. But it's like when it comes to the actual music itself, I feel like it's lacking.
Do you feel like the images, the IG posts were all publicity as far as people being taken off the album, them talking shit, so on and so forth?
Yeah, I feel like everything surrounding this album, but it's not just this one, but everything surrounding this album especially was all publicity for potential sales. I mean, I'm talking from the show tour to again people being taken off the album. Every album he had, people been taken off the album. Like so, why all of a sudden this is headline? That's what I'm saying. I feel like it's
just people. Donda is so big that everybody wanted to be a part of it, and if you thought you was a part of it and wasn't, you're gonna have an attitude about it.
That's very true. And Young Thug did have a interview on $1 Million Worth of Game where he mentioned like that's one person album you don't want to be taken off.
Yeah, it's
oh right. In terms of, I mean, yeah, you get put on the Ye album, you definitely don't want to be on it.
So what did you feel with the album?
I mean,
what would your rating be?
My first listen, I was playing the game listening to, so I wasn't really paying attention. But when I actually sat down and paid attention to each song, well, most of the songs, it's up there. It's not one of his best. I mean, he got 10. It's like right in the middle of everything, pretty much. But the first 3 albums are classics, so it's not gonna pass them. So
I say first 5 albums.
I mean, some people don't like 808s, so I just say first 3. So
what came after 808s? Yeezus, right?
No,
My Beautiful Dark Twisted.
Yeah.
Damn, Yeezus was 6. Kanye got 6 classes. I'm done.
And then he put this out. This is what I'm saying. This is what I'm trying to say to y'all.
But even if it was number 7, it was still a solid album. Number 7.
This is the thing.
Out of that catalog, if this is number 7, I can't put this over Yeezus. But I will put this right after Yeezus.
I think a lot of the reason that these albums aren't getting worse reviews or getting more hate, he's making albums the same way every other artist sort of falls off, right? Like a lot of times the actual music itself, like Eminem for instance, right? M had, what was it? 3 really good albums, and then it was like it ain't really like he stopped knowing how to rap. I feel like it was
lackluster.
That's what I'm saying, and I feel like the same thing happened with Kanye, where it's like now it's like just not making the music did not hit like it used to. But he's getting but I feel like he's getting a pass because of all the publicity and because Ye has grown beyond music versus like an M who really was like
this is all he has.
Right.
But first off, you said this is album number 10.
Yeah.
What was his 9th album?
Jesus King.
I can't count that as a Kanye West album. I count that as a gospel album that was that was curated by Kanye West.
I mean, you could, but it's still his album. I mean,
if Donda is number 10, like if we topping it off, is this where we ending it? I can't accept that. I need one more album out of Ye.
I'm just hoping we get something,
but
different
the thing
than
is,
this. This is not the Ye I want to listen to.
Kanye is not just a pure rapper anymore. He does music, like he does whatever sounds good. He don't just rap. He's not an Eminem, basically. Eminem fell off because his rapping is not as good as it used to be, or his topics, or whatever it is.
I wouldn't say that. I would say the production behind him. It just got
old.
He was doing the same thing.
Whatever it is what he's doing is not as good anymore. But Kanye is not just rapping. He's harmonizing, he's singing, he's doing just beats, and he's doing a bunch of different stuff. And it's not just rapping anymore. He's not rapping a lot anymore.
I agree with you, but he's not even doing that well. That's my point. Like, he's not even doing that. It's not well. It's like he's doing it, but it's not. It's different than what people are making, but that doesn't make it good. Like, it's different, but maybe there's a reason that nobody make that. Because they don't hit. It's not. No,
it obviously hit. It obviously.
I feel like there's so much pressure behind. There's so much about Ye that goes way beyond the music. That's what I'm saying. He's getting a pass for making bad stuff. If somebody else was doing this type of stuff, we wouldn't even fuck with them. If somebody was just making music and they were making music and making good music, and all of a sudden they started making an album like Ye or Jesus is King or this, we would be on their ass. It's just because it's Ye that everybody wants to act like this shit is hot. It's not.
I think that the opposite. If this came from anybody else, I think we would be calling this a classic album.
Hell no.
I would think we would think that Ye was a good album. The Life of Pablo wasn't a bad album, like in a certain standard for a certain standard artist. But for Kanye, I just thought that was one of his very low quality album coming from him.
Right.
So that doesn't mean that another artist would do it and it would be trash. No, if another artist would have did The Life of Pablo, it probably would have been a classic out the gate.
I think that it would have been considered as. The thing about Ye is that he's a producer, right? So we get very interesting and different production, but the actual songs themselves and these last few albums, they haven't been good songs. Like, it's like, since he's a producer, he can sonically make it sound good, but that don't mean like you might as well listen to a beat tape then. That's my point. Like, you might as well just listen to a beat tape. Like, he basically pulled a DJ Khaled, even though Khaled don't even produce no more. He just getting really dope beats and then getting artists to get on the beat.
But again, you're looking for Ye to be spitting like he did.
I'm not. It don't even necessarily have to be spitting because 808s and Heartbreak is one of my favorite albums of Ye's, and he's not spitting on it. But it's like he was making songs though. Like, he's giving you a song. This album has no replay value.
It's real bad.
I'm never gonna play this album.
It's bad news on 808s. A regular or a standard song format.
Yeah.
I mean,
it's still just chorus, verse, chorus.
Yeah, it is pretty much.
I just heard some real bad news. I'm trying to think like.
Yeah, that's the hook.
Yeah, that's the hook, and then there's the verse, and then it does real bad news again.
And I just want to know you want. That's the
So the bridge into the chorus.
Yeah.
I guess.
This is what I'm like. I have no problem with. That's what I'm saying. The sounds are good, but like, he could have made these songs. To me,
but Jail it follows that format.
It does.
Jail does actually follow that format. I'm not saying Jail. If anything, Jail's probably.
I feel like most of the songs on there follow that format. I can't name one song that don't follow
the first like 4 don't.
Jail is number 2. Donda is the intro. Donda is the intro. You have God Breathe.
I had to play this.
And then you have that comes after that. Off the Grid.
Off the Grid. Yeah, Off the Grid.
Off the Grid. I like Off the Grid.
Nasty.
I like Off the Grid.
Fabio, I ain't fuck with you before this.
Again,
this puts you on another tier.
Yeah,
but again, we're talking about someone who's a producer first. It's very clear that he's producing these. He's producing the album. It's like, I feel like Ye is more than a producer. He fought so much to be considered a rapper. Then he started rapping, and now he's going back to just producing. No, to me, is what it feels like.
Evolved beyond just being a rapper, though.
I think we're not accepting this from Ye because, again, we're so new into this genre of hip hop that we just don't know what to accept.
My big thing with Ye is I know Ye can do both, and he's choosing to only do one thing. So to me, it doesn't make sense. Like, I know that you can make a song. I know you can produce. So, do all of it. Don't do some of it.
To me, I was thinking about this on the way here. I was like, if Kanye's mom heard this album, she'll love it.
And that's a good thing you just brought up. Drake just released he put some pictures up on IG that his mom wrote him a letter about Certified Lover Boy coming out. Drake, your mom doesn't listen to Certified Lover Boy. She's not going to listen to it. She probably has never listened to your music. And it's okay because my mom never listened to my music. We're not here for mom's approval on an album. I'm sorry.
But Kanye's mom listened to Kanye.
But it's because Kanye made the kind of music that anyone could listen to. He changed rap. Like, rap wasn't even like that before Kanye.
Like, when 808s
came out,
when 808s came out, nobody liked 808s.
I agree. I loved it when it came out, though.
But a lot of people, the majority of the masses hated it.
But it was also like, again, I'm R&B first, so it was singing, so I loved it. But on top of that, it reminded me of T-Pain because there is just it was basically the same sort of style that T-Pain did on the Rapper Turned Singer, which was just hard 808s and autotune.
I can't say that. So Kanye West did get the autotune from T-Pain. But he went and did something totally different with it. Kind of like what I tell people Drake does with sounds now. Like he literally, like Versace for instance, he took Migos style on the song and ran with it and put his stamp on it. And it's like, this is Drake now.
I mean, yeah, I agree with that. I mean, Drake.
How many clubs did you go to where they played the Versace song and the verse, they played Drake's verse and didn't play nothing else?
Yeah, I mean, Drake's one of those people that like, when you put him on something, it's going to be about Drake now. Period.
But
he just has
he's doing that, but sounding just like the artist that's on the song, and people love him for it. I mean, I love him for it. Shit.
Drake's just one of those artists that like he has all the cards. Like he sounds good. His verses are always consistent. It's like there's a consistency thing to Drake that's just like crazy. He can take over any song that Drake is on. It's Drake's song now. Even if the verse not better than the person's other, it don't matter. It really don't matter. It's like something about Drake.
He's changed pop music. I mean,
I don't like Drake, so I'll let y'all talk.
Are you a Drake hater?
No. I like Drake songs, but I'm not as big on Drake as everybody else. So
I don't think anybody is really big on Drake.
Besides, I talked to Halima and Kenny, and then
she from Toronto.
Exactly. Like if I was from, I feel like that's why people look at us like that because of Ye's from Chicago.
But that is what's happening. That's my point.
But the thing is, Ye has, if it was not for Kanye, there would be no Hove. You would not be listening to Hove today. I'm sorry. Ye made Blueprint. Yeah, Blueprint took Hove to the next level. That is it.
I'm not denying that. I mean, again, Ye is an incredible talent when it comes to production, and he can rap. And that's why, again, it goes back to my original point. I just feel like we know he can do everything because he did it for 6 albums. So why all of a sudden
this is number 7?
But he did it he did it already. Like he showed us. Like that's what I'm saying. I don't get it. I don't get the hype. Like I said, I think this album. I'm not saying the album absolutely garbage, but like
I don't think.
So what would you rate it?
Like I said, I'll give it like a 6 out of 10.
Last couple of albums, The Life of
4 albums. 4 albums now.
Ye and Jesus is King was just albums that I wouldn't put in my repertoire at all. But that's me. That's me. Like
I actually like Jesus King.
I can
listen to it.
The production was decent on that. It was good, actually.
I mean, people don't like it because of it's gospel or Christian rap, or whatever you want to call it. But I actually like the songs and just listening to it. I mean, I don't really get deep into it or whatever, but just listening to it, I can listen to the whole thing. It's only like 30 minutes long, so I can listen to the whole thing fine.
I feel like I give this album a 7, and if this album production was on, let's say if the album, the verses from The Life of Pablo was on this production, this album would have been a 10 out of 10 probably one of his top best works. And you were saying that you wanted the feeling, and I feel like
It's
this
the feeling.
album gave you nothing but feeling because it wasn't a lot of because you're not going to be rapping this album word for word, but you're going to be vibing to this album.
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
See, I wasn't even doing that.
What would you do? Yeah, what were you listening to this at?
In the house. The same place I listen to every album. I'm in the house.
Where
you got tied up or something?
Yeah,
I'm literally.
When you lay down,
especially when Jill was
I'm in the house. I'm in bed.
Oh, you come on, you can't do that.
Jill came on, you was just sitting there like.
I was in this
I
one.
was honestly bored when the first time.
When I was listening to this album, first I got up. I got up to a bunch of text messages and messages saying, "Hey, the album is here."
I messaged on a group.
You messaged on the group. A bunch of people was messaging me on Facebook. So I got up. You know what I'm saying? Put the Bluetooth on in the bathroom, showered, and then I just continued down here to do it. And I was like, "Hey, don't bother me. It's J Day. It's J Day."
The thing is like the shit was not exciting. It wasn't even about it being exciting. It didn't take me nowhere. I listened to the songs and it was like I just nothing. Like it's like I have no interest. Like he just didn't say it. None of it spoke to me. Nothing he said, nothing nobody else said nothing to me. Nah, like I said, I did find some of the songs like Off the Grid is a dope song. Like
okay,
that
so
one
I
actually
see what's
touched
going
me.
on there.
That one touched me a little. I was like, okay,
I just all rapping.
Yeah. So that's when I see what's going on there. That was a bounce. That's the mood you were in. I get it now. So that's what I figured it out. That's what you wanted to hear that day.
I want to hear songs. This is the thing. Ye has always been someone to give you that. That's been Ye's signature.
Bounce?
Ye always makes a song that makes you vibe. I can't vibe to these things. They feel hodgepodge and they feel rushed.
I don't think On Sight was a vibe, bro. On Sight was on Yeezus. It was the song that Yeezus.
First off, I didn't even like Yeezus the first time I heard Yeezus. I didn't even like Yeezus until 5 years later. No bully.
And I feel like that's what's going on with this album.
The only reason I liked it 5 years later was because the production grew on me and how weird it was. This album, I don't even think the production is as good as Yeezus, first off. I don't even think the production is as good as Kids See Ghosts. Because that shit was way more, at least the production was more interesting. This, to me, sounded like Jesus is King extended.
It's not meant for you to rap along the whole album. It's not meant for a bunch of radio plays. He don't have a song that's made for radio.
Hurricane's definitely going on radio, though.
I mean, it will. Stuff will go on radio, but it's not made specific. Like, they didn't go to studio like, man, we need a radio song.
We need a radio hit.
They didn't do that.
They ain't Drake.
Most of his album is like made specifically for you to put in a club or put it on a radio or something like that.
I mean, I listen to R&B. None of that shit ever be played in the club.
I mean, but it's made to have you like dance to it. Like they're specifically making a song for a specific mood for people on these albums. Mm-hmm. And this album is like
it's his own mood. It's in its own lane. It's his own thing. I wouldn't consider this a hip hop.
I'm not disagreeing.
There's a lot of hip hop artists on here.
No, it's hip hop because everybody in the whole album is hip hop. The only person not doing hip hop for real is Ye. That's kind of my point. Everybody else is rapping. Everybody else on the album is rapping. I'm not seeing that everything that Ye is doing is publicity stunts. That's how I don't.
No, I'm not saying that it isn't. But this album is actually good. Now, as far as publicity before this album came out, it wasn't no publicity stunt. What did he do? He was letting y'all know, hey, I have a listening party tonight. Tune in.
No, he told us
that twice.
Yeah, but he told us that he had an album. I'm gonna put the album out. I ain't gonna put no album out.
No, he never said he was putting the album out.
Yes, he did.
We assume there's a difference.
Yes, he did. That's called publicity stunt. That's what I'm trying to say.
But you said he said it. You said he said it.
To make it. He knew what he was doing.
He called them. There's a reason why he called these listening parties.
Look, if you let people listen to a whole album, then the reasonable expectation is for you to put an album.
I don't know how true it is, but he said he didn't release it because he couldn't get the baby's verse.
No, I know. I saw
that was publicity, and that was later on.
Again,
that was just he just did that. I'm talking about this is.
No, I'm saying I don't know if that's the reason.
But that's Soldier Field. That's Soldier Field, and it could be true because you just did it Thursday. You just finished Soldier Field Thursday, and this is the first time I was hearing.
So the nigga cutting everybody from the album is not gonna put an album out because he cut a nigga from the album.
Now hold on. So look,
come on,
y'all didn't listen to the listening party. So listening party number 1 was in Atlanta. A lot of those songs weren't on there. Second listening party, a lot of the songs were on there. People weren't there, and they weren't mentioned as much as it was the first time around. Soldier Field, we hear new verses from new artists. Y'all get what I'm saying?
Well, the first listening party, they had artists in the building before the show went recording their verse. Cause they had 2 Chainz in there recording the verse, and he wasn't even on the album. 2
Chainz, they had the Locks. The Locks recorded their verse that night because they came in and recorded verses right. They recorded their verse right after verses.
Yeah, verses. Yeah, they came over.
They left and went there. So that's what I'm saying. He's literally working on his album, and people say, "Oh, he releasing it today." It's like, bro, this was always planned to end it in Chicago. You don't throw that together in a week's time.
Well, no, he does throw it together in a week's time.
Building your mom's house, you can't.
Oh, no.
You know what I'm saying? You can't do that. That's what I'm saying. It was too much.
Yeah.
Now, if it was, as far as the album being done, yeah, you can throw that together in a week's time.
That's what I'm saying. That's what happened.
The shit you did at Soldier Field, you always had it planned to end it in Chicago.
I believe that whatever Kanye put out, unless it's a mix of everything great he's ever done, everybody gonna say it's not as good as his last, pretty much.
That's how it is, right? That was the 50 Cent curse.
I mean, 50 Cent was always. I mean, after his first album, he was trash.
I don't know, man. I like the Master.
Trash.
Supposed to Die Tonight?
He had 5 good songs. Maybe pushing it 5. He had like 3.
This is how big of a Kanye West fan I am. I'm just not a stan. I can't stand here and be like, hey, everything he does is dope. And it's like, nah, y'all just hyping this right now. That's why, again, when The Life of Pablo came out, motherfuckers was like, hey, this is the best shit ever. Yeah, Ultralight Beams was good. It started off straight, but the fuck was the rest of this album? Like, what? No, we were missing a lot.
I mean, there's only 2 songs on the album. It's Ultralight Beam and Bound, and that's the album.
Bound is Jesus. So,
wait, no, the verse at the end of Life of Pablo, where he's talking about him and going and driving to see Cam. Isn't that called Bound? Or am I getting
Bound too? That's Jesus.
Yeah, Bound too. And she was on the bike.
Damn, that pole was terrible. That album got shit on
That album ain't got nothing on it, bro. That album is ass then, low key.
It just gets hype, man.
I might listen on the way home.
But that's it today, guys. Let's get the fuck up out of here. We appreciate you guys for tuning in. Y'all got any last remarks?
Nah.
Hey, all my stuff is gonna be in the description.
Exactly. If you like what we're talking about, go ahead and give us a like. If you don't like what we talk about, go ahead and put it in the comments. All right? Holla.